Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, I'll make OBS mute my guests at some point. We'll be able to answer all of them. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
now we can talk.
morning, teacher.
I don't know which one's scarier. Good morning, Dave. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing alright. I'm alive. I had
Hello,
really
love.
weird dreams last night. You would
Really?
normally describe them as nightmares. Yes, they were a set of different dreams that seemed set out to piss me off. So each time I woke up, I was pissed off about something. It was very odd.
Well, something in the dream, or
So a couple-
it reflected back on your life in general.
Oh no, it was something in the dream.
Something in the dream.
Right. Anyway, today we have got with
animal, vegetable, or mineral.
us various. There were multiple dreams.
Okay. Okay.
Today we have got with us the lovely bee. Hello.
Oh,
We've got Jenny.
You said lovely. I had to play it up.
I just got it's over here.
If it's
Sarah.
hellos.
Jeff.
Oi, oi.
And the unbelievably gorgeous Sammy.
Sammy baby.
Dave, I'll turn my camera off if you don't behave.
No, you can't do that. That's cruel.
But we're enjoying the show.
Now do you see why
Behave.
why I have a fucking avatar instead of going on camera?
People just get
Well,
too
the avatar-
excited around you.
The avatar is quite attractive.
Behave and critical questions does not go together.
No.
I mean,
sorry.
from that question that Dave asked about whether or not you'd like to be violated by Bigfoot, I mean that avatar is very sexy. Just saying.
I asked a question about being violated by Bigfoot.
You asked if like you'd rather be like raped by Bigfoot or something. I don't know.
So I think that's been overtaken by the leprechaun and a troll yesterday.
I was not here yesterday because I was being a sleepy little bitch.
You missed out on the
We're
leprechaun
not bringing
troll
up that
sex.
question again.
There was a
Choosing
leprechaun
suicide.
question.
Yes.
And yes, apparently, I always behave. I'm a good girl, damn it.
Starkey wants to know what does behave mean. And Nerdy says the Bigfoot needs more lipstick, to be honest.
You know, I went to about 4th grade before I realized that the word behave was pronounced behave. I thought it was behave.
B has what?
Behave.
Yeah, but what does B have? Like B has what?
Well, that was what I was wondering about. What's this word? Why do they say that in this sentence? Behave.
Again, I always go back to hyperbole and hyperbolic.
Yeah.
It's hyperbole!
My mom used to.
Go on.
My mom used to say, "You guys need to behave," and we'd say, "Mom, we don't even know who Have is. How can we be him?"
Oh,
Who's
that's a good
Have?
one. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, we were absolutely
weird-
sarcastic. Our whole
Have
family.
is a weird
It was
name
her
for a
fault,
kid. I'm just
though.
saying.
She taught us how to do it.
And
Well,
your
you
butt-
didn't-
Go
Are
on,
you
Sarah.
sure? Did you ever ask your mom what she did with Have? It's like if you're telling them to behave, like why can't? Where's Have at? What did you do to Have? Poor Have.
He was so good, no one ever saw him.
No,
Exactly. He was such a
we
good
never,
boy.
we never saw Have.
I've got to say, the two members of your family I know, you are surprisingly sarcastic for Americans.
Oh, our whole family's like that. It's hilarious. When we all get together, we're just sitting around hanging out. Oh my god, we laugh more than we do anything else.
Sarcasm is fun though.
We'll just crack each other up constantly. It's good shit.
Right.
Yeah, sarcasm's fun, isn't it?
Yes.
The highest form of wit, isn't it?
Apparently
Oh yeah,
so.
it's absolutely wonderful.
Right. Should we do some questions?
Sure, if you insist.
Okay.
So,
Right. Question 970. Ooh. I pressed the button first.
970. Ooh, that's an interesting number.
I know. Question 973. Have you ever named a pet after a real person?
I haven't personally, no. One that I can think of.
Sort of.
Did it have to be somebody I know?
Not necessarily.
So in other words, did I ever use an adult human's name for a pet?
Yes, but have you done
really
that
the
because it's named after someone, or just because you like the name?
Oh,
That's the difference.
Oh, I understand.
Am I supposed to be the one that named it that, or can it be that I've gotten someone else named it that?
That can work, yes.
Oh.
So I had a black Chow Chow named Obama because one of my neighbors was going to drown him because they didn't like Obama, and he was a black Chow Chow.
What?
I think my mum had a Basset Hound that I think she named after a footballer. So
I know a guy who once had a German Shepherd mix that named it Steve.
After.
I have no idea.
See, Aunt Jer says, does a fictional character count? A lot of our pets have been named after fictional characters. We had a Zev, a Leica, a Kai. They're all from Lex. Mathpig says, my dog's called Pothead after me. Does that count?
I did have a cat named Data because explaining why her name was Spot was going to be too annoying.
So
we had an Irish setter when I was a kid whose name was Brandy.
After Stripper?
Well, I don't know. See, that my dad picked the name, so it could have been.
It was totally
after
a stripper.
Why not? B?
So growing up, my mother always yelled at us by using our first name and middle name. So when I got my cat, I named her Thalia, which is like, I don't know, goddess of light or dark, or I don't know. I always usually name my animals after gods, goddesses, mythological shit, right?
Mm.
So I went to yell at her, and it just seemed so blah. Like it needed a middle name. So yes, I'm turning into my mother. So I was trying to think of middle names, and my ex's middle name fits perfectly. So I used my ex's middle name, and I told her, she said, you used my middle name for a cat? And I said, yeah. I didn't use it for an asshole, at least. It was a good pet. So yeah, her middle name. Now, my baby boy, my daughter named him, so it's Jameson, after the liquor. But,
what mythology?
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait a minute. What does your young
'Cause
daughter
I have a
know
good
about
kid.
Jameson?
What mythology?
Young? She's 29.
Oh,
What
She's just younger than
mythology-
her.
I was just thinking,
Huh?
say you've got a 7-year-old and the 7-year-old knows about Jameson.
Yeah.
It could be a problem in the household.
God, no, I wouldn't have kids in my 40s. Are you kidding me? I don't even want one anymore. I'm good. I had one. I did a good job. She's awesome. I'm done.
I have a friend who named her daughter Whiskey, and she's pissed off that people are judging her about it.
Oh, really? That is so stupid. God. Not her.
Oh,
People picking on her. That's just stupid.
I mean, she named her fucking kid Whiskey.
It's a pretty stupid name.
It is, but but she's mad because people are like weirded out by it. I'm like, well, you gave your kid a shit name. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Like Moonbeam or one of those.
That's your name. Jeff.
I think I answered this, didn't I?
Yes, but you kept trying to say
It's all right. Doesn't matter.
Sammy.
Sort of. I had a dog I called Dealer.
Not Little Sammy.
No, not Little Sammy. Spelt like that, I just put in the chat. Deela. She cost me a bag of weed.
Buying a dog for weed cannot be a good sign.
Probably. Well, but he got a good dog out of it. And by the way, Dave,
awesome.
Jeff said his mom had a Basset Hound. So he did answer.
Yeah, no, he answered. Right then. I'm trying to think.
Oh, you thought he was going to say something else.
Yes.
I get it.
So I have put something in the chat. If it's up to you, if you want to read it though, Dave. But
If I get a pet spider, I'm calling him Dave. If you get a pet spider, you've got to call it Lucas.
Only if it's a cute
Lucas.
spider.
Only if it's a
Lucas,
cute
why?
spider. Because cute spiders are called Lucas. It's the law.
You don't.
No,
When we get done with this, Jenny,
the
look
law.
up Lucas the spider.
Okay. I used to have this all-white
Yeah.
Alsatian, and she was a beautiful, wonderful dog. And I was in the car business at the time, and I named her Bosch. And I always wanted to get an all-black one, and I was going to name it Lucas. Now that's a car joke, so most people won't get it, but Lucas in the car
No, I
business,
get it.
Lucas is known as the Prince of Darkness. So.
Yeah.
Apparently Sarah is a good name for a spider. Starkey says, I had a dog named Betsy. A few years later, my dad cheated on my mum with a woman called named Betsy. So what are your current dogs named? I'd be worried. Right. Oh, who's echoing?
Not me.
don't know.
Not me.
How very weird. Wait there. Nope, not me.
At least
Okay.
Sammy, because Sarah's muted.
Oh yeah. We should do the next question.
Yeah, I'm muted, so it's not me. Yay!
Question 974. Would you rather only be able to speak in rhyme, or only be able to speak using alliteration?
We're going to rhyme every word. No way. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Stupid sucking statement like that.
I vote alliteration
go pet my
because it would be. I vote alliteration because that would be a better feat.
You reckon?
I pick rhyme because I might get a job in the rap business.
You could do mumble rap.
Oh, I'm upset, Andrew. Wait there. What was the answer I missed? Okay, we had a pit bull called Angel from the Vampire Show. Does Manda know that she's named her kid after your dog? Oh, and she has some ashes in her necklace that she never takes off.
Not yet,
That's
but
cool.
not yet, but she will find out later.
She will. Right, someone explain
Actually,
to
it would probably be the other way around. Because Angel's like, what, 17 now?
yes. Nerdy says, I think, yeah, but the
I
dog's
think
now
he came
dead.
before the dog.
The dog's now dead.
Oh.
How did it
Sorry.
taste?
Not very good. Nerdy says, I think for the sake of the question, the only thing I can mention is that it takes more time when you're speaking in rhyme, and I don't have that predilection?
Predilection.
Predilection. My bad.
Doesn't take much more time if you speak in rhyme.
Jan says rhyme. Randy
That
says,
was-
oh,
Nerdy. That was pretty good. Oh, Jesus, this is painful.
right, someone needs to explain to Santi what alliteration is.
When the beginning of each word has the same consonant sound.
Demonstrate?
I did when I answered the question to start with.
It's but he wasn't
Oh,
paying
I was
attention.
muted. I said I'll demonstrate.
Go on then.
Critical cripples crap quiz cuts. Cunts.
Perfect. Yes, that's right. It does not have to be the same C. It can be the sound of the Q, which fits in just fine.
Well, you know.
Very good.
Which is way too confusing, so I'm sticking with rhyme.
You're going with
Which
rhyme.
is not to be confused with
Rhyme is way
onomatopoeia.
easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd prefer alliteration. I'm assuming you automatically know how to do it, or do you have to think about it?
I'd have to think about it.
No, you know.
It's too much thinking.
Chad says
That's
alliteration.
The rhyming thing would drive me nuts after half an hour.
I mean, the rhyming thing would be fun for to mess with customers at work, I guess.
Chad says alliteration limits your vocabulary too much. I am simple not to speak in rhyme. I am too simple not to speak in rhyme. Antje says, does the speaking come naturally, or do you have to think really hard to follow the rules? I think it would have to come naturally if that was your ability.
Well, if that's the case, if it comes naturally, I'm going to go with alliteration because that would be very, very interesting.
Santi says, still don't get it, so going with rhymed.
A bit rhyming would be a natural thing, just like if you tried to sing.
I think you put more effort into the answers to these questions.
Maybe, possibly.
So is no one
Who
going for
really
alliteration? Oh no, Sarah is. Everyone else is going for rhyme.
Well, maybe, possibly. Who really knows? I don't know if it really shows.
Starkey says Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Rhyme. It's alliteration.
Jeff, maybe you're
Yes.
a poet, but you don't know it, but you keep showing because they're Longfellows.
Possibly.
Sammy should mute himself before he goes and takes a piss.
Yeah.
It's called doing a Riley.
The worst thing is he's
Step
probably
up.
taking his headphones off.
He stepped on my joke.
He did. He took them off. I heard them. He set on
that's not
something
as
wrong
fun.
because it moved.
That's more fun.
Punish him. Mute him for the next question.
And now we can hear ourselves.
And you have an
Yeah.
echo. My
I
God,
thought you
Sammy.
might want to come with
Damn
me.
it, Sammy!
I can take you anywhere.
Right.
That's
You do it
that's
as
okay.
a-
He likes to just dress up anyways.
Sammy, you're lucky you're cute, damn it.
Could do this an intro for, come to Critical Questions run by Critical Cripple. Look in the chat when Nerdy talks about his third nipple.
Oh, Jesus.
See Dave bounce up and down on his big ball. But be
Going
careful,
with
Dave.
Sam when he does a
fall.
little triple.
Right, we are moving on. I'm just going to regret it. Question 975. I don't know if this question is phrased wrong, but I'll read it as is. What sex advice do you wish you had known before your first time
First time what?
having sex?
Define
That-
that.
That most men are 2-minute wonders. You wonder why it only takes 2 minutes.
2 minutes, that's a long time.
Did he go twice?
Fuck, Jeff.
I can't. No, I can't be. I can't. I don't know. I don't think my attention span's that long.
I would have liked to have known that there was better soundproofing between the room I was in and the room my parents were in at their house.
Did you not know that in advance?
No, I didn't.
That means they were really good at having quiet sex. That's what that says.
No, it explains why they asked me what were you doing last night.
What did you say? Nothing.
I don't. Maybe I was just tossing and turning.
I mean, you may have been.
And
It was a really
we
good
were.
dream.
Yes. Best dream ever.
Robert X
Sam
says.
says that's what you call a live stream, Sammy.
Cool.
What a noob mistake.
It's called going for a Riley.
Robert X says, "Don't do it."
Wow.
Antja has changed her answer to the previous question to alliteration. After hearing Jeff rhyme. Spooky says, "Put it in and jiggle it about."
Why would you want to
Santi
change your mind? Just look and see what you'll find. Okay, that was a pretty shit one.
No, bad Jeff. Stop that.
Stop while you're ahead, Jeff.
Santi said, "Absolutely everything. Sexual education was non-existent in my house." Nerdy says, "Puff can't actually think of anything." You were an expert to start with, weren't you? Sammy.
I have to say I'm probably with Santi on this one. I had no idea what I was doing for such a long time.
What sex education is
Probably-
there in the JWs?
Probably still don't.
Don't do
Sex
it.
education in the JWs. Yeah, don't.
That's an oxymoron.
Or get married, which is why they all get married at 17 or 18. And then
Yeah, that's in a lot of religions. They get married early so that way they can have the sextons.
But how do you know if you're going to be compatible?
You don't. You just guess.
No.
You just guess.
And then you're stuck for life.
That's why they make you take those terrible vows, and that they speak of ownership and stuff like that.
I think
marriage is overrated and ridiculous. But anyways, that's not the topic.
I think
it's about the cake.
Cake.
I think my education has sort of understood the mechanics of it, but not really understanding
anything else.
Anything else. So.
Nerdy says, relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to come.
That works.
He's quoting music now. That's great.
Chantal, is it bad, right, that I had to read half of that before I twigged?
It's awesome.
It's starting to speak in rhyme. I knew it wouldn't take that much time.
No,
Chad,
bad Jeff. No, stop that.
I'm going to hit him with something. I need a remote electric shock. Chad says, I wish I understood the female anatomy better. I wasn't empathetic enough. That said, the first time was wild. We got by. Santi says, if I had to marry my first time, I'd be miserable at the moment. A lot of people are. And the worst thing is, they don't know that they're missing out. They think that that was how it was meant to be. And, yeah. Jeff. Oh, did you, Jeff?
Yeah, I answered.
You didn't really have anything. Sarah.
Tell him that you're a virgin.
Yeah. You think
I
that
started
would...
late. Yes, it would, because my first sexual encounters were not very willing. So the first time I was willing, I didn't know what I was doing. So, and I didn't tell him that, and he's like, "Well, you're 23. Why don't you know what you're doing?" I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm technically a virgin." So
you did wait a long
tell
time.
him. Well, yeah, because I was raped, and I'm like, I wasn't interested in it until then, because I finally met someone who, wasn't an idiot. But I should have told him I was a virgin up front, so that way he'd have known to expect. I mean, I had fun. I enjoyed it. I'm addicted to it now. So, yay.
It's all his fault.
I waited till I was 21, and it was that little incident with the soundproof room that was losing my virginity.
I was certainly in my 20s first time.
Antjer says that if I don't want to, I can say no. I think that needs to be beaten into everybody.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That was going to be my first one, but I'm like, I didn't want to go too dark, and I still went being dark as shit. Like, my first time.
Well, it really depends on the age range you are, because more modern times, they tell kids that. You're allowed to say no. When I was a kid, they didn't tell you that. I mean, when I was raped, I didn't realize until 10 years later, because at the time, it was my fault. It was put out in the society, it was the woman's fault. So, I was just like, well, I was drinking in a room with a guy, in my apartment with a guy. I set it up wrong. And then later on, I went, wait a minute.
Well, obviously, there's the two things into that question, facets to that. One, that you're allowed to say two, and two, no means no. Obviously, I've never been fucking raped or anything, obviously, but I've definitely given consent when I really wasn't willing to. If you understand what I'm saying, I felt I had to.
Yeah.
The problem is that happens more now. I think there is less actual forced based on what we're in the UK anyway, based on education. But I think there is more coerced. Should we say?
Yeah. It's just more you feel obliged to,
Yes.
And you know, like for example, a couple of people I've been with, my drive has been nowhere near what theirs has been. I've got to be honest. I don't even find sex that enjoyable.
I got a question for all of you.
Go on.
And chat, you can dive in on this too if you want. Do I technically qualify as a virgin the second time?
No. But like I was saying in the chat, virginity is a completely meaningless thing, really.
I mean, it is, yeah. But my family was my family is still really, really Christian, so I had that concept in my mind.
Mm.
Yeah, but answer the question I asked.
Yeah.
No.
No,
well, I don't
answer
know.
the question I asked.
I don't know is the answer. Probably not.
I don't know so much about the concept of virginity, but I think linking it to being somehow pure is something I think we need to get rid of.
Well, I'm not asking about any of that crap.
Yeah,
I agree with you completely, but I'm just curious.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Can you reiterate the question then?
Did they give you a hymen?
The hymen's irrelevant.
No, but that is one of the options.
Well, but the hymen's probably the most relevant part, Dave.
No,
everything
because
else
most people
is
don't
irrelevant.
have it.
Well, no,
See,
it depends on how you're looking at virginity. Is not being a virgin, because for men it's not like that. So men don't have a hymen to break. They just have sex. They're no longer virgins. So if you look at it from that point of view and don't disseminate male to female, then your first time, that's it. After that, you're not a virgin anymore.
And a broken hymen is not a way to test for virginity because they can break for all kinds of different reasons.
Yes, they can.
None of which have to do anything with sex.
Yes.
It's true.
Right.
So it's all irrelevant.
Yes, pretty much.
It pretty much is.
The problem is I think Jenny's question is completely arbitrary. It's whether or not she wants to be considered that way. B, did you answer the original question?
I forgot what the hell it was now.
What sex advice do you wish you'd known before your first time?
I wish when my mother told us we should wait, that I would have realized that it was not for religious reasons, and that it was actually because it should be more meaningful. Like, she tried to tell me that, I just didn't get it. So the first couple times I had sex, I was just like, what the fuck is this? Because there was no emotion,
So I somewhat disagree with
that. I'm a teenager and I'm 17, 18 years old. I should do this. What the hell? Why not? Hormones raging. And if I would have waited, it would have been, I wish I would have known that it really does matter. Well, at least to me it does. Some people don't care, but to me it matters if there's an emotional involvement. And if I would have, because she used to say all the time, relationships should start in the kitchen, not in the bedroom. You should sit down and have a cup of coffee with someone and get to know them before you have sex with them, because it's better like that. And I didn't understand why. I wasn't old enough to understand. I wish I would have understood.
I disagree with that to some degree.
Thank you for explaining that, though. I was just kind of wondering, does that mean you have to go after cucumbers and stuff?
No.
Her point is to be friends and get to know somebody first. And she was absolutely right. I should have.
Okay, Knocker said, before my first time, should have rubbed one out because it was like 30 seconds, she wasn't impressed. This was already covered, and actually that was your first answer.
That was my sarcastic answer, but yes, that was my
2 minutes, you said. 30 seconds he managed.
I mean, yeah. I guess 2 minutes for a teenage boy is pretty good then.
Yes, I'm very proud of you.
You had a good one.
Yeah, apparently.
Right.
Thank God his girlfriend never found out. She probably would have killed him. It's honest to God truth. It's not even a lie. We were just drunk as fuck.
This is a problem, my issue is, Nerdy says, sometimes it's fun to just have a one-night stand with someone you have no idea about and never will again. Right, and this is my problem with it. right? The separation between sex and relationship and emotion. You need to understand that they can be separate things. That you can enjoy the physicality of it without the emotion. That's not to say that
some of us aren't built like that, Dave. I have to have emotion attached. Hold on, I have to have emotion attached, or I won't get off.
Yeah,
I am an emotionally driven person.
Yeah, not everyone.
Just sex does nothing. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, and I enjoy pleasing my partner, and I love doing it. But at the same time, what the fuck's the point in having sex if you're not finishing? That's just frustrating.
Exactly. Like,
it's fun.
Not everyone
So
can,
people are like, you should go out.
Well,
Yeah,
sometimes
people tell me now, you should just go out and get laid. I'm like, why? So she can get off? I'm just not that person.
sometimes it's just not practical. They have to finish. I don't think finishing should be obligatory.
It can be as fun as any other sport.
What's the point of having
or
sex?
physical activity? Well, what's the point in playing football? Or hockey? Or anything like that? What's
That's
the point
not the same
You're not-
thing,
you're not
Dave.
doing
Of course it is! It can
Dave-
be! This is the point!
Dave, you can't convince like not everyone's the same way. Like some people.
Oh, no,
do
no, I
have to have
totally
that
agree.
emotional connection.
I completely agree. I'm not. I'm arguing for the sake of arguing.
He's playing devil's advocate.
Not
B,
everyone
what
can
I
be
was-
like me, basically.
B, what I was saying is that, yes, absolutely, finishing is wonderful. Orgasm is great, but sometimes I can't, and that's just the way it is. But it's okay because there's other things
No, I'm
in
not
sex
saying
to
that.
enjoy.
I'm saying if you're going out to get some strange, you're doing it because you want to have sex and finish. You're not doing it so you can walk away frustrated and the other person's like, that's not the point of it.
True, but you don't know.
But do you not get? Okay. Do you not
don't
get?
know until you do it?
Do you not get the excitement of talking to a girl just for 20 minutes in a bar? And there's electricity between you, and
of
just that
course.
conversation, right? Just that conversation in its own right has value, even if it doesn't lead anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're going to that step of just having some strange for the night and bringing somebody home,
Yeah.
what the fuck's the point? The point is to have orgasms. That's why people have sex, because they're fucking horny and they want to have an orgasm. What's the point of doing it if you're not going to? I mean,
the orgasm isn't the be-all and end-all
not
of everything.
bragging, but I've had some really hot chicks in my bed and didn't get off because I had no emotional attachment to them.
Interesting.
So
But sometimes
how
just
long-
being in bed, sometimes just being in bed and cuddling and spooning is just the best thing you could ever do.
Yeah, but that's usually not what happens, though. It's like, okay, I gotta go home. My kids are waking up in 4 hours. Or I gotta get to work. Or that's not realistic. You know?
Ricardo says, so sex is an orgasm chase. Very
Isn't
often.
it? If it's
Very
just
often.
sex. Not making love, but just sex.
Not necessarily, but I get the sentiment. Right, I want to move on. Otherwise, we'll end up with this conversation all day.
Yeah, I've told people enough about myself. Can we, Dave? I'm too honest.
he's over this
Go, go,
relationship.
go.
He's moving on from us. I'm so sad.
I know. Right. Question 976. Why do you think King Herod's unprecedented slaughter of the innocents was not mentioned in any contemporary historical sources except the New Testament?
Because it never fucking happened. Simple.
Because it's a conspiracy and they don't want us to know that Jesus is real.
I've never heard about it until this very moment.
You didn't know?
No, never heard that story.
See,
knew.
they're keeping it from us, trying to convince us that Jesus is not real. Jesus is real, and he King Herod killed innocents because reasons, and they wanted hot potatoes and
Because
waffles and
Something
I mean,
besides...
Waffling
So-
for Jesus?
I mean, I don't know how
waffles for Jesus.
Go on, Jeff.
I mean, I don't know how much people have actually read about like the historical Herod the Great or whatever. I mean, yeah, the guy, he was not a nice man. Let's be
No,
clear
this
about
is the
that.
thing. The
he
evil
was
things
not
that
a
he
nice
had documented,
Yeah.
evil things he had documented were horrible.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
he would have documented it.
We are looking at a time when people, those eras, were fucking good record keepers. You know, that was.
Do you guys
that
ever?
Was, that I mean, that
I'm sorry,
effectively, it was like that thing in the Bible was a needless smear campaign because you didn't really need to fucking smear this guy anyway. It's which, and you know, I mean, if we're actually, you know, looking at the sort of time frame there, you know, do we even know that Herod was alive at the time? If there was,
He wasn't.
If there was and I'm going to have to say, if there was a historical Jesus, which, you know, I tend to lean towards that it is based somewhat on maybe one or more likely several historical figures. I don't like subscribe to what Richard Carrier's sort of conclusions, for example. I think that I just personally think he's out to lunch on that. But you know, yeah, and you know, so I'm not sold on mythicism at all. But I'm tending to think that it is that
You're kind of getting miles away from the point. Anyway, B.
Yeah. It's not the point. It's the point because the point is it never fucking happened.
So, how do we know it never happened? Maybe he killed anybody that tried to do any documentation of it. Maybe whoever wrote it in the Bible was the only one that was being honest. Just playing devil's advocate.
Because he documented.
Then you can look at it. You can look at it from my brother's point of view and say that it hasn't happened yet, so they weren't really talking about King Herod. It's about some other person. They were just using that name. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that much about.
Well, there were several Herods as well. It wasn't just, you know, I mean, the one we know, Herod the Great, but you know, I think there was his son. It was Herod. I can't remember. Was it Herod Alexander or something? I can't quite remember his name, but. But this is the thing. Why would all that stuff be expunged when all the other fucking awful shit though that he did is documented?
I just realized that you guys are not talking about a department store in London.
Oh, shut up, Jenny. You're ridiculous.
By the way, does anyone want me to speak in rhyme with a Jar Jar voice?
No.
Sure.
No, please no.
No, Amanda will find out. She will kill you.
Antchair says the aliens come and destroy all the evidence. And Nerdy screams,
What?
alien overlords.
Alien overlords, yes.
Thank you, Nerdy.
I think Richard is infecting my questions.
I'm not nearly as terrifying as Amanda, but no.
Sammy!
Oh, the Jar Jar.
Has vanished.
He doesn't love us anymore.
Sammy.
The problem is, B,
Sammy.
he documented all
Yes,
his
it's
evil
pretty hard.
shit. Herod had official biographers that documented way worse stuff.
So he was proud of his evil shit, basically.
I mean, I think everyone pretty much has the same thing here. It didn't fucking happen.
Hey, I think it's a conspiracy, so that way they're, you know, to disprove Jesus. So everyone but Melissa or Seraphim.
And I'm
How does
pretty
this
sure.
Wait, who's Melissa?
disprove Jesus?
I am.
Oh,
She just doxed herself.
She just doxed herself.
I've done it before. It's just that people forget my name, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, because everybody just calls you. That's like B. I'm sure 3/4 of people out there don't even know what my real name is.
A lot
But
of
actually, I
people.
prefer that one. So it's fine.
Not a clue.
I prefer Sarah, but a lot of people call me Hyde for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess they're like, oh, it's last name. It's like, that's not my name.
I'm pretty sure as well, though, it's only actually recorded in one Gospel of the New Testament. If I'm,
Yeah.
it's Gospel of Matthew, I think. But so the Bible really is not my area here.
Dr. Jekyll and Seraphim
Same.
Hyde.
That's actually where the name comes from, and also Seraphim is a type of angel. So it made me laugh.
Right.
She said it's her good side and her evil side. Right.
My good side and my slutty side, but yeah.
She doesn't have an evil side. She's good in both of them.
Exactly. I'm a good girl.
Right.
Right.
Next
Oh, that's what the
question.
reviews say.
Moving on.
I mean, it depends on your definition of the word good, but I'm a good girl.
I'm not.
Right. Next question. Question 977. What is the most unusual curse word you use?
Wank puffin.
Okay, Jeff won that one.
What's yours, B?
I don't know. I just use the typical. Well, when people steal from where I work, I yell at them to go get a job and tell them they're pussy ass bitches. I don't know why that comes out of my mouth. I'm just like, you're a fucking pussy ass bitch. Go get a fucking job and you won't have to steal from me, motherfucker. Yeah, I just go off on them.
I love it, Minnie. I love it. That's amazing.
And it's funny because I'll do it in the parking lot right in front of my regular customers. And then when I go back inside, they're just like, you told him. I always thought they'd be mad at me about it, but they like me enough that they're just like, fucking thieves. And I'm like, okay, sorry
Do
you
you
had
get
to hear
many
that. They're like,
thieves?
nah, you had all right to be mad.
Do you get many thieves?
Oh my god.
Like daily or?
Used to be more. When I first got there, we had like 7 or 8 a day. 7 or 8 homeless people a day coming in and stealing. A lot of them think I'm a guy, so they're kind of afraid of me because I'll walk right up to them like, what are you doing? And I don't give a fuck. So it has lessened a lot between me and the lady I work with that works at night. They walk in, they'll literally walk in and see us, and they turn around and walk back out. They're like, oh, fuck it. I'm not even kidding. And it's more her than me because she'll just walk up to me like, get out of my store, go. Well, I'm not playing with you. And so I fucking love her for that. But between the two of us, we've really cut it down. It's like 1 or 2 a day now, usually.
And Jer says, what are they stealing?
Usually makeup, anything that a woman would buy on the streets, so they can go buy their drugs. Because if they buy stuff that men are going to buy, the guys don't have any money. The women have all the money, and that's probably because I think half the homeless women are prostitutes. They take all the men's money and then they go buy whatever they want with it, and the men sell them stuff so they can go buy drugs. It's just a constant cycle.
Oh, very odd. Aunt Jer says, holy buckets. Jenny.
One I've enjoyed recently that I learned is wank spanner.
Oh yeah, that'd be. I bet that'd be Juck Monk, the drunk monkey. You got that from?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he loves that one.
It's quite a rich source.
I like it. I do quite like that. I prefer a wank puffin, but spunk trumpet's a good one as well.
Oh, he's got some.
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Sarah,
it's a good one. It's a good one, you know.
Apparently,
the ones that I do use, honest to God, I use on some of my left-wing friends is to just call them a Republican. Boy, does that cork people off.
that's a hell of a curse word.
Ooh,
That's a big
great.
insult right there.
Yes.
And getting worse.
That's bordering on hate speech, Jenny.
No, it's not bordering at all.
No, it's not, because Republican lives don't matter.
Sarah.
That's gonna be a hashtag.
It so is.
Apparently, hearing me say any curse words is weird because people, for some reason, think that I like legit in my real life think that don't curse, which I curse like a sailor. But my favorite is cockwomble.
That's one of my favourites as well, actually.
Yeah,
That
I've
is
got to
one of
say,
my
if I was,
See,
The one that I say the most often is goddamn motherfucking, and then just a string of curse words after that make no sense.
See,
It
I
changes
love,
constantly.
I
I
love the
say
word.
shit, fuck, piss all the time. Shit, fuck, piss.
I love the word motherfucker, but nobody says it quite like Samuel L. Jackson.
That is so true.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
I kind of want to use the English motherfucker to speak it constantly at my work. Oddly enough, if I could, I would have a sign of that at my workspace at work. I have it at my desk at home because I don't get for that shit.
Could my dear English friends here explain to me what a womble is?
A womble? You don't know what a womble is?
No, I don't.
Oh, about half the size of a badger. And they're known for going through rubbish.
Yeah, they generally they're a bit of an endangered species, though. They're only sort of known to really reside on Wimbledon Common nowadays. So,
So like a mix between a raccoon and a possum?
But quite smaller.
yeah.
Are they part snipe?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd imagine so. You should see what happens when an old guy falls down. They run in and strip him bare.
Well, I do that too.
Oh
Right.
my
That's
god,
just part-
Jenny.
That's part of being a Darwinist.
And then they want their cocks, whatever they are.
Some old guy
Ricardo
drops,
says-
you got a job to do.
A raccoon. And then Math Pig is now pissing himself laughing.
We broke Math Pig.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few, though. I mean, there's some really creative ones nowadays. They're really. Yeah, Cum Bubble's one I quite like as well.
Cum bubble. Explain where that one comes from?
Do you know what? I just think I've seen it like in Urban Dictionary before, but I can't remember what it actually meant. So that's why I don't use it that often. I just found it funny.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Right.
if you're going off the Urban Dictionary, then you have to use Rusty Toaster and Douche Canoe. Those are really
Douche
good ones.
Canoe.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
those
use
are
douche
pretty
canoe
good.
a lot. I call people a douche canoe all the time, and people like go, "What?" I'm like, "You're a douche canoe. That's what you are." And a cockwomble. I love the word.
Right.
douche canoe.
Okay, I gotta
Moving
look
on.
those up.
Yes.
Next.
Next question.
Wait a minute, I'm looking up douche canoe here.
I still
Go
think
ahead,
wank-
Dave.
I
She can
still
look
think-
on her own time.
I still think Wank Puffin wins.
Math Pig says
Wank
also
Puffin is pretty good. I haven't heard that one before. It's a
bus
pretty good one, Jeff.
wankers.
How about
Yes.
you, Dave?
Oh,
Dave, answer the question.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dave, answer.
Spooky said roasted womble is illegal but delicious.
Oh, while you're in there, Jenny, look up Rusty Toaster. That's pretty gross. Yeah, Dave, what was your answer?
I think our toaster's getting rusty.
I forgot.
Dave,
Has nothing to do with the toaster, honey. Anyways,
What?
Oh, that's way too long to read.
what is your?
I move a motion that we all go on strike until Dave answers this.
Apparently Dave does not want to say come smuggling monkeys. Come suggling monkeys. I have no idea. I literally... The only one I could think of
smuggling monkeys.
was cockwomble. But I'm sure... I don't use it that often, so...
I think that's I think Jen uses that word very well.
Yes. Very well. And there's a serious lack of cockwombles in her videos of late. Right, next question.
Right.
Question 978. What non-sexual thing gives you butterflies?
Ew.
A chrysalis.
Told you. She just read the definition.
Kind of like Santorum.
Jeff, I'm ignoring that answer. I think we're all going to.
Okay, then caterpillars.
He went back one step.
Yes, that doesn't count.
Gives you butterflies.
See,
Well,
the
it's
definition should
technically
say closely related to a Dirty Sanchez.
Yes.
Oh God.
Or Two Girls, One Cup, even.
No.
Oh
That's
no!
a fetish.
No, we're not talking about that.
no,
Fucking gross.
no. Moving
What's
on.
wrong with you people?
What non-sexual thing gives you butterflies? Are you people not capable of non-sexual things?
I'm just trying to think of when I've got butterflies at all.
Do you mean like good butterflies, as in like, or bad butterflies?
Good butterflies.
I gotta read the question
How
here.
about a good emotive speech in a film?
No.
I like nerd rants. Does that count?
Yeah.
So mine's nerd rants. Like if like someone who's nerdy about something, typically guys, and they rant about something they're passionate about, I love that. But I actually turned it sexual, so never mind. I have to think of another answer. Damn it.
No,
See, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
no. It can. The butterflies that you get can be sexual. The point is,
Okay.
the thing you are watching is non-sexual.
Okay. Yes, the nerd rants.
Oh!
Here you go. Willie says
Oh.
Rangers scoring a goal. Who are Rangers? What's a goal?
They're a sports team.
They're the lesser of the two Glasgow teams.
What sort of teams?
Football. They're the ones that finished runner-up to Celtic most years. And I'm just really and I'm throwing fuel on a dumpster fire by saying that.
Rainbug says that Sarah must tune in to watch his videos, because he gets very excited about his bugs.
Oh,
Jenny.
I can get all terrible, excited, bent out of shape on romantic comedies when the couple finally gets together and all that stereotypic bullshit stuff that I love so much. I'm sorry.
That's adorable.
It is. B.
Dave, to this day, I can look at pictures of my ex and I still get butterflies.
Oh,
That is also adorable.
it is. Jeff is
Sad
having a
but true.
trying to cause a football riot.
Yes.
I'm just trying to educate someone, that's all.
You go, Spooky is right. Some music makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. So much. I really like Wax Fang's Majestic at the moment.
Yeah, music would also be another one. Like if I go to like a concert and I can feel the bass like in the seat, that just gets me that not sexually excited, that just gets me hyped for the show.
Mathpig says, Mama does things that make me feel all fuzzy. Jeff.
I don't know, in all honesty. I mean,
How do you feel when Southampton... Oh, don't worry. Tell me when it happens.
I felt good when they secured a nice draw with Manchester United the other day. Yes, a week after beating Manchester City. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Did it give you butterflies? Did you walk away with a spring in your step?
Not really. No. No. I don't know how to honestly answer this. I mean,
I honestly think it's the Jar Jar impression. He loves doing that way too much. Just saying.
He just wants to have the ears because they're easy to hold on to.
oh well, sod it, Sarah. I was going to be nice, but now I'm going to change my avatar for you.
I can't really see it since I have the screen hidden, so we're good.
I've got the Jar Jar. I've got a Jar Jar avatar on.
Right, Ricardo screams sexual. I'm not sure why.
Apparently, I think this show is what gets Ricardo going. That this show gives Ricardo butterflies.
I also have to admit there's been a number of women I've met over my lifetime that you just start talking to them and I absolutely get weak in the knees, literally, and have to sit down.
Have you tried heart medication?
No, this is before any heart history.
I think we should blame them for the heart history.
Yeah. Chad says when someone smiles with their eyes.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of that.
Math Pig, Jeff, I'm coming to get you. Manda has issued a death warrant.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
I think Jeff is used to the threats by now. He is immune.
Right, well, I think we're going to move on to the next question.
Next!
Look, I've just baited a Glasgow Rangers fan, alright? I'm not fucking worried anymore.
See which one gets to you first, basically.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay. Oh, I've messed up the question. Right. Question 979. Have you ever irked a postman?
Irked?
I feel so attacked.
I'm pretty sure I've irked Jeff a few times, so probably.
Irked?
Irked.
Triggering Jeff.
Mildly pissed off.
Basically, all of us need to say, Jeff, when have we irked you?
Oh yes, absolutely, I have. But I don't mean to.
I feel right. Well, I'd say you've all done it right now. So moving on.
I love the Postal
Just now.
Service. I think it's one of the most important facets of our entire civilization, and all of the people who work in it are underpaid and underappreciated.
Right, now kick him! Now kick him!
No, I'm
got
sorry.
him high!
I mean that sincerely.
Yep.
He just,
I do know. I actually do know a few American postal workers. So.
You think it's work harder for them?
I don't know. I mean, they had to deal with a lot of the same shit we have. Like I think they've been basically tried to sell off the US Post. I mean, they have sold off our postal service and privatised it. And it's been a fucking disaster. So.
Yes.
What made it a disaster?
It's just never run flipping right since, but it's just my opinion. It was the thing was, it was supposed. It was a public service that paid for itself.
Does the American Postal Service separate packages from letters?
Ask an American.
That's what I am doing.
I've
What do you mean
seen.
separates?
Well, we had this arm of the Royal Mail that wasn't very profitable, and we had this arm of it that was very profitable.
Which one?
Oh well, at the point at which it was split up, the Royal Mail, the letters wasn't profitable, and the parcels was.
Royal Mail's never been split up.
Parcel Force.
That's always been a separate company.
Yes, but it was under the same thing. Is my
It
point.
was a separate company, but it was under the umbrella, the Royal Mail Group.
Right,
It was never part of Royal Mail.
The point being that at one point there was that bit that made money, and the other bit didn't. And together, it paid for itself completely. And obviously they sold off the lovely profitable bit that people made money off.
No, they've sold off the letters and the pot. The only thing that haven't been sold off is the Crown Post Office counters.
Interesting. Yes. Anyway, my point being is was trying to work out whether or not the US have this same kind of separation of letters or very small packages and.
No. It's a misnomer.
It depends.
No, it's not. I know what you're asking. No, it's not.
It depends. I think it depends. I think it depends on where you live. Like when I lived in a rural area, the postman that came through delivered both.
Yeah.
If you live in some cities, they'll have a postman come through and deliver all of the mail into either the mailboxes or the big like apartment multi-boxes, and then they'll have another guy that just delivers the packages. But
Yeah,
it
that's
just
what they
depends.
do.
I think it just depends on the city where you live, how far out you are, if you're in the city.
Yeah, it does
don't-
because my
think it
my
varies.
hometown, my aunt was the post lady, and she delivered all of it. Now that I'm here, they have someone who comes through and delivers the letters, and then they have someone who comes through earlier and delivers the packages.
Fair enough.
I live in a small town. I'm about 2 blocks away from the post office, and they will not deliver to my house. Period. Some
seems
union
odd.
regulation.
Uh-huh.
And I have to go to the post office to get my mail, and I get a free post office box.
See, I prefer that.
But for somebody who is like disabled and has a lot of trouble getting around and things, much less carrying stuff at the same time I'm walking with a cane, it's an extremely inconvenient thing and makes me very angry.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Spooky says, wait for a postman to open the letterbox, then start barking like a dog. Hilarity ensues. I don't think the postman will agree.
Why? It just means you won't be getting your fucking mail.
I mean,
Are you allowed to refuse to deliver mail?
It's on health and safety grounds, yes.
Bloody
Yep.
unions.
I've had them refuse to deliver the mail here. My roommate insists on not putting the mailbox to the ground.
Okay, it's Dave.
The list.
The list, oh no.
As Dave's going to go down these roads, up the fucking union.
Right, do you have to buy them or do you get given them?
I acquired this one. That's all I'm saying.
He acquired.
I acquired it from a demonstration.
Fair enough. Did you have to run?
No, no, not at all. Made a good. You roll it up, it actually made a good little weapon to like bat off the police. But
Do you Brits know that in the United States our postal service is a mandated service in the Constitution?
I was not aware of that, but it's interesting to know.
I don't think there's anything special about ours, particularly other than it's royally done. Hello, Sammy.
Well, yeah, it's not really anymore because it's private.
I hate buying stuff from England and having it shipped. The postal fees are so unrealistically high. It does sometimes will double the cost of an item.
Of course it will.
Yeah,
It's just amazing how bad it is.
And it's cheap. That's the worst thing. This is, our biggest.
Well,
if you want to argue about what I think the biggest issue.
I have to step out and take this call.
Okay. Sammy. He came back and then disappeared again.
What does irk mean?
Mildly pissed off.
Nah, our post is awesome.
Tell Jeff how good his goatee looks.
What goatee?
exactly. He hasn't seen the thing on Twitter, Dave.
Insult Jeff. You're not very good at on the spot. You have to mildly irk him.
Dum 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 dum.
Do 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 do.
There you go. It's too late.
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all day now.
I just pictured Jeff walking along in his uniform, and I could just hear the baby elephant playing over the top of it.
Are you quite fit, Jeff?
No.
Even though, but surely you walk like miles a day. I mean, I appreciate you're not
Oh,
at the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say when I say fit, I'm not at the moment. I'm not particularly like super fit when I am working, but I
But you do a lot of walking, don't you?
do a hell of a lot of walking. It's probably why I was able to. It's probably why I was able to do like that big hiking thing I did a couple of years ago, which I probably wouldn't have been able to do.
Yeah, but you're meant to be running along the wall. Would you be home yet, or are you still there?
What's the date today? I would have been back now, I think, because I was supposed to have been in China. Yes, you're right. So over the last couple of weeks.
So you should have had several weeks of fun memories, as opposed to you have memories of us.
Poor Jeff.
Okay, there you go.
Wah, wah, wah.
There you go. That irks me.
Right.
Oh, he's irked. We can move on.
We can move on. I loved when I saw this question.
Oh God.
You're like, I have to save that for whenever he's on here.
Yes, I did.
Which is most days, I know. But
But I've got to be sure. Right, next question. Question 980. Given all the various options available, how do you think the human race will end?
Heat death of the universe.
Interesting.
of our own fucking doing. I think realistically, something to do with climate change. I think.
Yeah.
I think we're fucked now. I can't see it. I just cannot see the turnaround coming around. And now I know, obviously, Manda's the person who really should be speaking on this issue, not me. But I'm kind of the opinion I think we're fucked now.
See, I don't think it's going to kill the species.
I don't. No, probably not. But I do think we're going to be. I do think we're going to be the architects of our own destruction in some way, though.
I'm not convinced. I think, don't get me wrong, I think we are going to screw over billions of people. Ant Jer says Trump will kill us all from stupidity and arrogance. Rainbug says war.
Yeah.
Spooky says COVID plus America. Sarah?
Heat death.
Heat death, you already answered. My bad.
Yes,
Big-
my answers are going to be heat death.
I think it's either going to be Jeff's answer or a nuking issue, nuclear crap.
Yeah. Nuclear.
I think some asshole's going to get mad and push the button, and then we're just all going to
Still,
destroy
it's
each
still
other.
more than enough to wipe out human life and most life as we know it. So, yeah, is that a possibility? Yeah.
Ricardo says, at some point in the future, Skynet will take over. Music Collector says, I think it's going to be a race war.
Well, I don't think that's the way it's going to go, but that's been. I'm not being funny. That's been fucking predicted for like how long? Weirdly though, mostly by the bloody far right fucking lunatics who
are trying to incite it,
who want it to happen. But I mean, I'm not being funny. What was that bloody prediction? What was that fucking MP in Britain, the fucking asshole who said that it was going to be a race war, and like it was Enoch Powell. It was going to be a race war
the
and
bloods of
rivers of blood, and that the black man would have to. And I'm just paraphrasing him here. Don't get offended by my words, but the black man will have to whip hand over the white man in like 20 years. That was like 50 fucking years ago. He said that, and you still got idiots who fucking say he was right.
Yep. Chad says, I say climate change will force people to the poles, and ultimately we will have 2 new races of humans. If they decide not to trade, haven't done thinking through the scenario yet. We could certainly make a large part of the planet uninhabitable without wiping out the species.
Do we know when the next? you know, I mean, when can we predict the next mass extinction event? You know, because I mean, how many?
Wait. We are in the middle of a mass extinction event.
Yeah. So by the end of that, you know.
Richard Madsen says, Yellowstone erupts, new ice age ensues, God saves our helpless butts.
Yeah, see, nobody said the rapture.
I mean, all of those are going to be called the rapture whenever it happens, so why the fuck not?
Ricardo says, November 2020. I don't know if he's talking about the election or that's when Yellowstone is going to erupt. It's looking more. Sure. I am every day. It looks more and more like your election is not going to end peacefully.
It's probably not.
Well, I don't know how much Granny's stream you caught last night, but obviously Jenny was on there. This was kind of talked about how he's going to react if he loses, and he's going to have to be dragged kicking and fucking screaming out of there.
I think so. I think it's going to come down to the military.
Yeah, he already said he won't leave. He said if he loses, he won't leave the White House.
Yeah, he's already said that he wants to continue as president, so he's been trying to think of the ways probably to figure it out.
Which means it's going to come down to the military.
Well, he's already, I mean, effectively, the military would have to remove him.
Yeah. But I can say that wouldn't be an issue if he lost the election.
Well, technically, the problem is, this was what last night, that technically it would be the Secret Service's job to remove him if that happens. But then there's a blooming Trumpanzee in charge of them, so...
My thing about it is, I do think that he will find a way to cheat to make it look like he won either way. So it's really not going to happen for him losing.
I agree with that, Sarah. And by the way, he is in charge of the Secret Service until he loses the election, and then the new president is in charge. So he's nobody after that. And so they will remove him, and he can't stop them.
The question is whether or not if Trump has people that are loyal to him, which I'm hoping he doesn't, because he doesn't seem to have anyone that's really actually that loyal.
Most of the people that are loyal to him are civilians.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are loyal to him because they don't want to lose their jobs. Yeah. And as soon as he's not in charge anymore, they're going to say, that motherfucker, I'm glad he's gone.
Exactly. And it seems like a lot of the people in the government are afraid they're going to lose their job at any moment because he likes to fire people willy-nilly anyway.
Yep. Chad says, I think we'll be done when our sun goes nova. I don't think we are on a path to successful colonization, given material and technical limitations. I see the last humans dying in the vacuum of space.
Heat death.
Oh. I don't understand what...
Hi, kids. I'm back.
Hello.
Yay, we missed you so much.
Ricardo says that's the next extinction event. Brainbug said civil war ensues.
Thank you.
Chad says we won't make heat death. Says my dad votes virus. Ricardo says I don't think it'll be the Secret Service. It will be the JDS division of the U.S. Marshals. Anyone want to tell me what the JDS division is?
Never fucking heard of it.
Fuck if I know. I don't know what that stands for. If I knew, I might be able to tell you.
No worries. Jen, how do you think the human race will end?
What's going on?
How do you think the human race will end? Can you not hear us?
I don't think she can hear us.
No.
I think
Testing.
we're going to destroy ourselves with some sort of war, but if we don't do that, I think nothing will stop us because we're prolific fucking rabbits, and I think we'll infest the entire universe.
That's true.
Yep. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, I think the end of the human race will be us becoming another species. Multiple species, potentially. Yeah. Welcome back. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yay!
I can ask you again, without you giving me a weird look. How do you think the human race will end?
I think we have two very high potentials. A nuclear holocaust, I think, is the most primary at this point.
Uh-huh.
And if not that, we will slowly suffer the slings and arrows of destroying the planet environmentally for ourselves. The planet will go on, but we won't.
Oh, it's good to know that Jenny and I agree on that. That's exactly what I said.
And the third possibility is Yellowstone popping its cork.
That was already suggested.
And that's what Richard said.
You did. Two there. Right, we should do the next question then.
Next.
Moving on.
What?
Yeah, moving on.
Question 981. What is your favourite quality about your best friend? Do they know that is what you think?
I'm trying to think of who my best friend is. Give me a moment.
But to pin down one favorite quality, that's rough.
I can answer this easily. Yes, he knows, and what the trait is? Is that? Did you ask that?
Yes.
He's honest, beyond reproach.
Beyond reproach. Never Again says, they listen, and yes, she does know. Math Pig says, he's very good at bouncing on balls.
Oh, now I have my answer.
What?
She knows, and because she's just so open and giving, and she's an amazing person.
Ricardo says, he is imaginary. I have not told him yet.
I mean, you should probably tell him that.
Can probably work it out. Music Collector says, has no friends. Antjer says, I don't have a best friend. Chad Hall says, I honestly
That's
don't
fine on Antjer. I'm not offended at all. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Chad says, I honestly don't have a best friend anymore. At this point, it's up to someone else to decide. C'est la vie.
I'm going by the definition of best friend being the person I spend the most time with, and that would be one person. Like, I don't confide in her because I don't really confide all my shit to anybody.
No, but I think you're right, though. It's a comparative thing. If you have X friends, which one are you closest to? Which one do you spend more time with? Which one?
Yeah.
I think most people have got a best friend, even if it's just the guy down the corner shop.
She is the one that's seen the most of me and knows the most about me.
For me, he's my best friend because we're not only just very close, but we're very close because of the number of years we've been friends, which is 45 years now.
Cool. B.
I appreciate the fact that my best friend, no matter what, like, has my back. If I'm upset, is there for me. If, whatever I need. And yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know.
'Cause I tell them all the time.
You tell them all the time.
All the time?
All the time.
That could get boring.
Whenever possible.
In the shower. Brainbug says, her unwavering empathy and drive to uplift me, assuming my wife counts as a friend. Mathpig says, I have this group of 3 plus me, all arseholes that I'd be lost without. Jeff or Sammy, are either of you there?
I think they both don't love us anymore. They left
I
us.
know.
I'm here.
You're there.
Yeah.
What's your favourite quality about your best friend?
The fact that she hasn't told me to fuck off yet.
I mean,
Does
that
she
is
know
an amazing
this?
quality in a friend.
Probably not.
Oh. Are you going to tell her? Or do you think that'll encourage her to tell you to fuck off?
Yeah. Got that one.
Jeff,
Yo,
did you know the question?
no.
What is your favourite quality about your best friend, and do they know that is what you think?
Well, I've told him many times that he's often said to me that I'm like the big brother he never had, and I've often told him he's like the little brother I never wanted.
Ah, that's cute.
What's his best quality?
He's well. There's a couple that stand out. One, he's very loyal. Two, he don't bullshit me.
Mm. Does he know?
Yeah.
Right. That's everyone. Next question. Question 982. Would you rather marry the hottest person alive or marry the smartest person alive?
Smart. I tend towards smart, I'd say.
Interesting.
I tend to. No, I mean, if the hottest person's alive's a complete fucking idiot, then no, because that's a fucking turn. It doesn't matter how hot she is. That's a fucking turn off to me.
Aunt Jer says smartest.
I agree, Jeff. Because looks fade, but having that brain you're compatible with is way more important at the end of the day.
Aunt Jer says smartness is so sexy. I think we'll say that the hottest person alive is about average intelligence. Not dumb.
Okay. No, it's still. No, I don't.
Physical appearance is still fleeting.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, it's.
There are some people who make it to their
I would-
60s and 70s and 80s and are still even hot. But
Yeah.
I will go with smartest.
I
Because, oh
wouldn't-
my god, the nerd rants.
I mean, I wouldn't want to. Honestly, I'm slightly shallow to a point
Yeah.
because I don't want to date or spend the rest of my life with a really ugly person.
The smartest person
I
alive
just-
is not very attractive.
See, you just made it tough, Dave. Why do you have to put these stipulations in afterwards, Dave?
Because I couldn't balance them out.
Basically, it's do you prefer beauty or brains kind of thing is where he's going with this.
I'm still
Yes.
going smartest because my thing is not about looks, which is weird. So I'm going for the brains because yes, again, the nerd rant. Oh my Jesus.
And probably if they're the hottest person alive as well, they may be of average intelligence, but they're going to fucking know they're hot. And that is something.
See, and that's that.
And I will
yes.
tell you something. That is something that is something that I cannot fucking abide. Is people who know they're fucking well.
What about people that know they're smart?
Hold on. I should probably phrase this. Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Some girl who was, I will say, was extremely, extremely attractive. Came on to me one time. The thing was, I happened to be engaged at the time. So it'd been a few years beforehand before I'd met this person, and maybe, and just didn't seem to get that I'm not gonna cheat on my partner to go and spend the night with her, even if she is fucking hot. And it was like her whole attitude was, "How dare you turn me down?"
How
Ooh.
dare you? Jeff?
So, like,
See,
Real.
that's
Fuck off.
Earlier, I
That's one of the
mentioned,
problems I have with really hot people and really, and it's not even that the really smart people. It's not just that they know that they're smart. It's the fact that they think everybody else should be as smart as them.
Maybe.
Earlier,
So
I
really wouldn't want either one, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that the smartest person alive will basically leave me alone because they think I'm an idiot. So
if the smartest person alive's got a sort of personality of, say, I don't know, Sheldon Cooper off The Big Bang Theory, I'd be like, no, thank you.
that's true.
Because I mean, let's be honest, parrots, someone who looks down their fucking nose at anyone who's got a 1 IQ less than them.
What the fuck is that noise?
What the hell is that noise? Quit that.
Someone's doing a scratching, I think.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Earlier, I had mentioned that there's been a number of women I've met that just made me crazy. Only 2 of them I would have considered hot. The rest I would have considered average to not attractive at all. It's something about the person, the vibes that just come through.
Yeah, it sounds corny as well, but it's personality is a big thing to me as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, yeah, I'd like to say I'd want to take the smart person, but Sheldon Leonard must die. It's...
Ricardo says, I won't marry for no reason. It's against my religion. Rainbug says, hotness is subjective. In the context of the question, the hotness is based upon you. Music Collector says, best I'm expecting is a shag. Ricardo says, intelligence/smartness is hot. Antjer says, if the hottest person alive is of average intelligence, then the smartest person alive has to be of average attractiveness. No, they don't. I write the rules. Never Again says, I'd rather not marry again. I'm safe, grins. So basically everyone wants to go for the smartest person.
I tend to go that way, but
you see, would it take into account if you turn around and said that you know that the marriage is going to end after 5 years?
Like I said, why bother?
It ends. Why bother in the first place if you already know it's predestined to fucking fail?
Most marriages are, but people go into them.
Yeah, true. Well, true. Yeah, but true. Hold on. Yeah, but you don't know that, Gal. A lot of people don't know that.
Again, statistically, yes, you do. Statistically, it's probably going to fail.
People don't look at fucking statistics, and people that do not fucking look at statistics or whatever going into these things because they're blind. Because even if it is completely fucking not going to work, you're blinded by fucking emotion. Like, you're going to be the fucking exception.
Yes. Oh, entirely. Totally agree.
Because people are quite frankly blinded by this shit. You can tell I'm not very much of a romantic, can't you?
You're a new romantic.
I'm fucking jaded by this shit.
I'm not a big fan of marriage either. So, but if I had to marry somebody, I would still pick the smartest person because, again, like they could turn me on with nerd rants and I could just go have sex with someone else.
I guess I'm really old-fashioned.
Surely knowing a marriage is going to end is the same as knowing a life's going to end. Does that make life meaningless?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Chad Hall says, best answer, hottest person alive. I could have a hot toy and I could pontificate endlessly. She wouldn't be smart enough to know what I'm up to. Marriage is a word, bruh.
So you see, he's assuming that it's going to be a complete fucking bimbo then.
Yeah. The binomial version of fuck, marry, kill. Antjer says, if you went into it knowing it would only last 5 years, is it really considered a failure? Well, I wouldn't consider so.
Ricardo, by the way, please do not give him ideas for fuck, marry, kill questions.
We haven't done one of them in ages.
I have no idea.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Apparently so.
Right. Sammy,
Wah,
gone again.
wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Right.
He's muted at the moment, sir.
I know, but he keeps muting because he's at work.
Aha.
Right. Question 983. Is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
As far as I know, yeah. Hold on. Legal. I don't. Hold on. Rephrase that question. Sorry. Hold on. Rephrase that.
No, you can only take your first answer. I have to give it to someone else now.
No. I want to hear the question again. Just to make sure I got that right.
Question 983. Is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
I'm sure in some countries it is.
Yes, and it happens quite often.
You think?
I'm assuming. Fuck,
Why-
now you're
why-
making me
why-
think. David, it's too
why is-
early to think.
Why is that even a question?
I just love
Are
that
there
no one
places
actually
that
listens to the question.
Would ban such a thing? That's
Oh, no,
The
no.
chat's got it.
It's,
The chat's got it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yes.
His widow's sister. Oh, duh. Sorry. I'm thinking about widow from my work thing. Like, they're all widows. Every single last goddamn one of them. I mean, he could if she's really good at necromancy.
Hold on.
Your widow.
Oh. Hold on.
Oh,
answer that
I see.
question again.
Okay.
That because I don't think that question came out right at all.
Is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
Again, if she's really good at necromancy.
See, Dave.
My
She
position
She would be one
doesn't
sick
change.
bitch.
Here's the problem. When it came out, I thought you said widowed sister. That's the problem.
I see.
My
Right.
opinion doesn't change.
Your opinion doesn't change. Right, the next question, which is much more important. Question 984. What is the most annoying / pathetic trick question you have never encountered?
Never encountered? I don't know. I haven't encountered it yet.
Dave.
It wasn't the one just before.
Well, we encountered that one, so it wasn't that one true.
I would really like to point out that the chat really clicked onto this very quickly.
They haven't been drinking.
They can fucking read the things, and we can't. Be honest to what you say.
Exactly. Apparently, posthumous marriage is a thing.
It is. It's a thing.
That's disturbing.
Look,
Has it got anything to do with what?
You've had people marry their fucking computers and shit. Now, you know.
Makes a mockery of marriage.
I thought there were certain evangelicals that would baptize people after death without their permission or the family's permission.
Yes, very much. So.
Are they called Mormons?
I believe Mormons do.
Mormons do
really?
some weird shit.
So go on. What's your most annoying trick questions?
Again, I don't know. I haven't encountered it yet. I'll let you know.
You must have encountered your most annoying so far.
The previous question.
No, the previous question wasn't that annoying.
It wasn't, but that's the one that I can remember.
You've got the plane crashes on the border between China and India. Where do they bury the survivors?
Still, it's never been asked, Dave.
Would it
Was
be
it?
different if it was Canada and the U.S.?
Why would it make any difference if it was Canada and US?
Why would you bury the survivors?
That's for survivors. Why would you do that? That's horrible, Dave. You monster. It's like, yeah. Now, I guess are you punishing them for having survivor's guilt? Is that what it is?
Yes.
If you field dress them and freeze them, there's no problem with keeping them around and
Burying them. China and India are at war just now, are they? That happened. They weren't at war 20 minutes, a couple of hours ago when we started. Does anyone have any trick questions?
Oh, what's the two things you can never eat for breakfast?
Lunch
idea.
and dinner.
There you go. What gets wetter the more it dries?
A towel.
There you go. See.
Wait, is that a trick question or a joke?
Apparently, it's a trick question.
Apparently, it's a trick question. Who says
What's
who?
black, white?
And
What's black and white and red?
newspaper.
The newspaper.
All right. You spot a boat full of people and isn't a single
Or dead
person
skunk.
on board. How is that
Say-
possible?
Say that again.
You spot a boat full of people. There isn't a single person on board. How is that possible?
They're all married.
Good answer.
Richard says, how is it that you believe that someone might love you in a chemically predetermined and naturalistic world? How is that a trick question?
I think he's late on the questions.
There you go. Aunt Jer says those are riddles.
On my way to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 children. Each child had 7 cats, and each cat had 7 dogs. Did you get all that?
Yeah.
How many people were on their way to St. Ives?
1.
That's right.
All of them. All one of them.
No, just him.
Yes. All one of them. All of them.
Because he was on his way and he met them.
Coming the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, these 4 people walk into a bar. The first one says to the bartender, will you serve us drinks today? And the bartender says, how many bones are in ice cream?
Don't get
Says
it.
what?
I didn't say it was good. It's just
No, it's not.
it's just
Depends on the type of ice cream you're eating.
Yeah. I don't get it.
No, that's way over my head. Go on. You have to explain now.
no, I don't.
Oh, it's just... We've got a clever chat. They'll tell us. Right. I think we'll move on anyway.
What 2 words combined hold the most letters?
The alphabet.
No.
Oh.
2 words. What 2 words, if you put them together, hold the most letters?
Mailbag.
Oh, actually,
I was going to say
Dave,
postman.
you're going to say, Dave, you were on the right lines. The answer was post office.
Post office. I was like, what? What starts with T, ends with T, and has T in the middle?
I don't know.
Teapot.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to say, is this actually critical questions, or am I back on Barman's poker night here?
These
Some of
aren't
those
up to your,
jokes are awful.
these aren't up to your usual level
David.
of sophistication.
Right,
It's
the
like
last.
that.
We'll do the
Okay.
last question. What?
Wait a minute. Richard said 3 guys walked into a bar. The third one ducked his head.
Then technically he didn't walk into the bar.
No.
I think it was supposed to be the 4th one ducked his head.
It is.
Because he
but,
told me
you
that
know,
joke the other day. And he said the 4th one ducked his head. Right.
It changes from day to day, apparently. The joke. Certainly, the joke is going to be the first guy ducked his head for whatever reason. It just changes. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Is it? Don't believe you.
Everything is beautiful.
Right, let's do the
in
last
its
question.
own way.
Cat just randomly walks up and starts licking me. What do you want?
Kitty!
It's odd for the pussy to lick you.
Can I borrow your
it
cat?
happens.
No, you cannot. He's a virgin. We're going to keep it that way.
He's a cute little kitty cat.
Right. Question 985.
Wow.
Question 985. Would you rather live the rest of your life with silent but uncontrollable gas, or loud, uncontrollable sneeze? Spelt, I missed the end of it. Sneezes.
Oh God. Well, I know the answer to this one. Go ahead, you guys.
Well, do you think there's a right answer?
I'm gonna say gas because I spend most of my time alone, anyways.
Yeah.
But I like to talk to people online, so I wouldn't want to be sneezing all the time.
No.
I sneezing all the time would probably be worse, I think. Just the amount of physical.
Yep. I have
Neither
very
of them-
violent sneezes.
Neither of them are appealing options, obviously, but
I'm gonna go with the gas because I'm assuming that the no sneezing means that I'd get rid of my allergies, and that would be so amazing. Oh my Jesus!
Never Again says, I'll stay as is, you figure out which it is. Wahahaha. Richard says, I already have loud and uncontrollable both. Are you making fun of me?
Richard feels targeted.
I said, I get horrific. You should have seen me before the show. I could not stop sneezing. And being on a ball when you sneeze and you have violent sneezes is not easy.
I have customers get mad when I sneeze because I don't have a mute button working from home, unfortunately.
Do you not do very cute little sneezes?
I do, but people still get mad whenever I sneeze.
Well, I feel like if you sneeze over and over again, eventually you're gonna pee your pants.
Eventually? Every time, usually.
So,
Rainbug says sneezes,
wow, you should
I
get that
suppose.
checked, honey. That's not right.
Antjer says, is the gas particularly smelly? Is the sneezing non-stop, or just whenever you sneeze, it's uncontrollably loud? Right, the gas is very smelly. And the sneezing is, let's go with once an hour. Approximately.
Oh,
that's not uncontrollable though.
No, it is in the sense that you can't stop it. It's just going to come on.
If I got to sneeze, if I sneeze once an hour?
At least.
That's
Who
not
cares?
a fucking problem. That's not uncontrollable sneezing to me.
All right, if it's once an hour, I'm going with screaming.
Although you could sleep through a fart, but if you sneeze every hour, it's gonna wake you up every
that's
fucking
true.
hour.
Yeah.
You can
You're gonna be
condition yourself
exhausted in like 2 days.
You can
I'm gonna stick with
no,
farts.
you can condition
Yeah, I'll stick
yourself.
with the fart.
You can condition yourself to napping.
Ricardo says, so nose farts or butt sneezes?
That's true.
Antjer says sneezing then. Spooky says bottom burps. Never Again says you can't control the sneeze anyway. Go on, Jen.
I'm on this medication called amiodarone, and it's for my heart.
Yes,
there's
that's correct.
There's nothing good about this medication other than it keeps me alive. One of the side effects, besides your flesh falling off in chunks when you're in the sun, is I'm not kidding about that one. Is increased flatulence. To the point where they almost took my girl card away. But I was able to train myself to pretty much only have to do it when I'm in the bathroom peeing, because that's when the sphincter, I just can't control it down there anymore. So I end up burning there. And sneezing, this is the glory of getting old. I've developed this thing where once in a while I get into these sneezing jags and I will go 5, 10, 15, 20 sneezes in a row over a very short period of time, maybe with 2, maybe 3 seconds refractory period between. Yeah. So if I had to pick between those, I'm going to go for the sneezing because it's not every minute of every day. But when it happens, it happens.
Yeah. TP Seeker says the Dutch ovens could get interesting. If you were with someone kissing, be out of the question? Don't understand.
I think they're talking about the sneezing.
You'd sneeze on them. So, 2 sneezes, 2 farts. Gas. Sammy?
And we'll just assume that Sammy's going to do the farting because he's never here.
Yeah.
Ricardo says the farts could be particularly useful on long queues.
I mean,
You
they are.
smell the
hands are
corona?
long.
Yeah, the farting.
The farting.
Although the farting is very good for discouraging crowded elevators.
Exactly, and apparently queues as well.
I don't know. I don't think it is good for discouraging crowded elevators. I think people need to know in advance that you're going in there and that you're going to do it for it to be discouraging. It's just torturous to the people that are in there.
I mean,
Well,
after a
you
while,
fart
people
before
will
the
start
door
to talk.
closes so somebody can go, whoa, and get out, and then they'll all run.
Yes, and also sooner or later, people are going to talk if you do that in an office building. So
I just go in random office buildings.
I know, right? I would have fun with that at my work, obviously, because that would be great. Like the person that hates me just walk by her desk.
Right.
Oh God.
It's just. The next question. The last. No, that was it. We're done.
That was it.
We've escaped.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say thank you to B,
Woohoo!
to Jenny, to Sarah,
Hi. I mean, bye.
to Jeff,
Goodbye.
to
Oh.
Sammy. What?
I'll just point something out before we go.
Can you what?
I'll just point something out to people before I'm putting a link in the chat. Looks like Jen's going live in a few minutes.
Excellent.
So I put the link to her stream in there.
Oh, is she naked again?
I haven't asked her.
You haven't asked her. Go and ask her now if she's naked.
She'll be live in 9 minutes, 15 seconds.
Wait, I want Jeff to run off and ask her if she's going to be naked.
And remember to spell it naked. So Nekkid. Ask her if she's naked.
Well, I don't know, because then she might expect, if we want to go in there, she might expect us to do that. So
No, I just need you to go and ask her. Just say, are you going to be naked or are you naked?
whatever.
Um,
What a come on, he's streaming with these fucking children. I don't
to be
know.
tortured. And say thank you to Sammy. He's gone again.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. And thank you to... He did appear. And thank you to everyone in the chat. This evening, Badger has got Marie the I can't say her name. Marie the Elephant? In a chat at, I think, and I'm going to get the time wrong, either 7 or 8 UK. Elephant. There we go. Which would be fun. And I can't give you a link because I don't know what to do with it. Other than that, we will see you bright and early tomorrow. What day is it? It's Wednesday.
Before we go, this is sometimes how I feel like in the room with you guys. I feel like I'm the teacher doing this. Kind of how I feel sometimes.
Yes. That's just how you
Silly.
feel. How do you think I feel?
What, Dave?
Said, how do you think I feel?
You love
I
us.
feel
That's how
fine.
you feel.
Oh, you...
All right.
Get it. Right. Thank you, everyone in the chat. You've been a blast. We will see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.